Right, everybody. Welcome to Twat Talk. I'm your host, Roscoe M. And today I am joined with Alan again. He's finally back.
Chocolate milk.
and we're here to talk about shitty dating experience because boy do I have a ton of it. So I think it was about I want to say last year, like no, or was it this summer? I don't remember. Like this summer or something. We'll say this summer. I downloaded Tinder because fuck it, why not? And yeah, I'm just gonna talk about like I think I've had 4 matches on Tinder.
Loser.
I've had 4 matches on Tinder over these like couple months, and and I'm gonna talk about how shit the experience was because each and every fucking one of them, not even a reply. It's like fuck, like what? So like the first 3, I'm like, it's okay. But honestly, it was one of them from last night that really tipped me over the edge because I was just swiping through Tinder, swiped right on someone, it instantly went, "You have a match," which means this person liked me first, right? They swiped on me first, and I read their bio thing, and it said they like dad jokes. So I introduced myself as I normally do with a hello there, hoping that someone will eventually say General Kenobi. And I also entered with a dad joke.
What was the dad joke?
It was like my doctor prescribed me with this illness that means I deny the existence of 80s bands. There is no cure. Really shitty dad joke, right? One that I found while scrolling through Instagram.
I don't get it.
The Cure is an 80s band.
The cure to what? I don't get it.
The Cure is the name of an 80s band, and I said my doctor prescribed or diagnosed me with an illness that means I deny the existence of 80s bands. There is no cure. It's a really shit joke, right? So I
Yeah.
introduced myself with that. Within a couple hours, the messages are all gone. It was an unmatch. I'm like, what the fuck? It's like this person said that they like dad jokes and they swiped on me first. The fuck happened? So yeah, I've had tons of like shitty dating experiences. You had any?
Huh?
Have you had any shitty dating experience?
Nah.
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 That's a dry as fuck episode then if it's just gonna be me talking with you reacting. I have a few. I used to go out with this girl and we were out one night. It was like me, her, and one of her friends who I was also friends with. We're all just hanging out, and I see one of my friends just while we're out, and I start talking to him, and I do what I normally do. I start talking shit, and she genuinely went in a huff with me, like within minutes. It was such bullshit. Like basically all of my dating experience is just petty shit like that, or getting like led on for 2 months. You fuck, getting getting led on for like 2 months and then just nothing happens because they move on to someone else. I'm like, the fuck, and that's why I have trust issues.
Maybe your area just sucks.
Hmm.
Like probably because it's Scotland.
My area does suck, to be fair, because most people seem to be looking for nothing serious or just like a hookup. Okay, that's something that always confused me. How the fuck do you have
Yeah.
a casual relationship?
I don't know, but this.
Damn, you're right.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought this topic would last us a little bit longer than 5 minutes because I thought you had some of your own
Nah.
stories that I could have bounced off of. So what other
I mean,
bullshit?
there was one, but like
Mm-hmm.
it's not really a funny thing.
Yeah, it's more just petty bullshit.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah.
I've told you about this one before, I think.
Have you? I don't
I
remember.
think so.
I can't remember.
It was my last relationship. She said she was gonna kill herself because I said I don't want to have a relationship anymore.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That's like that's pushing it a little bit over the edge, I think.
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of fucked.
Yeah.
Those are always those relationships where I'm like, I wonder how long that's been toxic for.
Well, surprisingly not.
No? Like it was all good right
No.
up until then.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it's really weird.
Okay, actually, now that I have you here, because we never filmed like tons of episodes that we had planned to, so let's just talk
Did
about
we?
some bullshit. Yeah, we have said before we should do a podcast episode about topic like game that we just played, and then we don't.
I honestly don't remember anything of that.
Trust me, I
It's-
do. We've done it a couple times. So, I don't remember if I've actually. I don't think I've talked about it on here before. Resident Evil Village.
Oh boy.
Let's talk about that. let's talk. Let's talk about Resident Evil Village. First off, Booba,
Big lady.
big lady Booba. So, I guess we'll start off with just kind of general thoughts. I quite enjoyed it. I thought it was a good game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did too. It looked nice.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I should probably preface this. I played it, and Alan watched me play it. The playthrough, well, the unfinished playthrough, is up on
Wait,
YouTube.
It's unfinished.
Yeah, because remember we had the problem where I saved at a point and I would have had to replay a shit ton because it crashed while we were recording, and I'd
Yeah,
already
because you kept
saved over.
crashing.
Yeah, I kept
Yeah.
crashing over and over because the game was just completely fucking my PC.
Yeah, your PC fucking said, "Nah, I'm out."
Yeah, legit. And I couldn't have ran it any lower and still had it look decent. Yeah, it would have just looked like total shit. So I decided
It would have
not
looked. It would have looked like PS1 Tomb Raider.
to. PS1 Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
That's pretty good actually. So yeah.
Just-
So we had tons of issues, which meant that the playthrough remained unfinished. However, we did actually finish the game, just in our own time. And you were there to see it as well.
I honestly don't remember sort of ish.
You don't remember some of it? I
Not
remember all of
entirely.
it because I guess that's the experience of me playing it and you just watching it, is that you didn't have the same experience as I did. Like
Mhm.
I guess I'll remember it more vividly because of that. But
Yeah.
but yeah, probably one of the things that I enjoyed was the fact that you could play it essentially as a standalone. Like, people say that Resident Evil 4, you can play that without playing any of the others. This is another one that I feel like you can play without playing the others.
Yeah,
Kind
except
of.
for RE7 then. 'Cause
Even
that's
that,
the same character.
there is a recap of RE7 for people who didn't play
Yeah.
it. Because I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure I watched that because I still haven't finished RE7. Because
Yeah.
the only time I'm going to finish it will probably be when I review it.
When your
And
PC decides to actually run it.
no, I can run RE7. I just can't run RE8.
I don't know, man.
I
think
can.
it's the
I've
thing-
had it
I think
running.
I think if you try and record it
Mhm.
anymore, like for any longer than like half an hour, it's gonna crash.
What, RE7?
Yeah.
Nah. I don't know. I haven't tried to record it. I know I can get it working and running like perfectly fine. Because I have. I've played that game a couple hours already, so honestly, I know the intro like so well that I can basically speed through it all. And then I get to a certain section where I'm like, fuck. Like I don't know where I'm going now. But yeah, so probably I'll do but RE8, I feel that you can play it almost as a standalone. You'll just miss some of the context for certain events, but like I said, there's a handy video recap of RE7. That
Yeah,
you
let's
can
short
play.
cinematic.
Yeah, like a short cinematic that recaps the main the main plot points of RE7 that you need to know
Yeah.
for this game. Obviously, I would recommend playing RE7 first to get the full context, but in case you're one of these people that's seen all the hype around 8 and wanted to jump straight in, that is entirely possible. So overall, the game is split up with a central hub and 4 areas. Yeah, 4 areas. One for each sort of character that you get introduced to over time. I guess we'll just go through it area by area. The village, like the main village itself, the kind of hub area. I thought it was actually quite a well designed area. It was it had landmarks so you could kind of tell where you were, but then also it had some interesting puzzles in it. There was a lot of stuff to find.
Yeah, you were just too stupid for some of them. Like I had to actually point it out to you.
Okay, well, in fairness, I'm trying to keep track of the game, make sure the recording's working, make sure I don't crash, try to do commentary.
You can't make sure that the game crashes.
No, like making sure that like everything is running somewhat smoothly. I'm trying to do all of that and give commentary. It's like, so of course I'm gonna miss things.
Well, commentary is gonna be natural when you're talking.
Yeah, but when I'm saying that, when I'm talking to you, the commentary is very much more natural.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not talking just for the sake of talking. Like,
yeah,
I'm having a conversation. So yeah, that's why I don't like recording by my. The hell was that? Just that's why I don't like recording by myself. I hate recording by myself because I feel like I'm not interesting enough to record by myself. Podcast episodes I can do, but like recording a game. Because when I did like the Call of Duty ones, when I do the Call of Duty games especially, I'm like, what the fuck am I meant to say? I'm just shooting more people. Like, what the fuck am I meant to say during gunfights?
I shoot people, I shoot him, I shoot him, I shoot that cat.
You just literally tell the audience everything I'm doing. I am now running. Ramirez! Go protect the Burger Town. I am now running again. I'm running to the Burger Town. I've shot somebody. I'm running. Just give an audio description.
Yeah.
Oh god, that'd be like for the. Isn't that a thing for movies for blind people? They can get an audio description.
I don't know.
I think it is. You can get audio descriptive films. Or films with an option that it just describes what's happening. That must be boring as fuck. Just to hear somebody tell you, like, yeah, they're doing this, they're doing this, they're doing this. It's like, what the fuck? Okay, we're getting like way off topic here. So, the main village that the game is named after, perfectly well designed area. I thought it was fun to traverse. So now let's move on to the first area that you explore, which is Castle Dimitrescu, aka Booba Mansion. Booba Mansion. So what do we think of the first area, Castle Dimitrescu?
Hella tits, hella ass. It was great. like a teenager's dream area, man.
Sorry, I think that's a great description. So what did you think of Resident Evil 8? Hella tits, hella ass. Perfect. Perfect game. 10 out of 10. Fucking IGN scores. Anyway. I'm sorry, but IGN has done some really shit reviews, giving every Call of Duty game a 10 out of 10, no matter what. Fuck you, IGN.
Yeah.
They're not fucking perfect. So.
They really are.
No. Okay, so Castle Dimitrescu I thought was not the scariest, but probably the second scariest area in the game, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, hold on.
The castle was the second scariest.
1 second.
Yep, cool. I'll just keep talking. So, I thought the castle was the second scariest area because it had that kind of thing of like Mr. X and of what's it called? Of Nemesis in the RE2 and 3 remakes where they follow you around. Nemesis not quite so much, but yeah, Lady Dimitrescu had the kind of same idea that she would follow you around all the time. So it made you play in a very cautious way, because if you shot something, she could very easily probably hear where you are and come after you. And certain areas really ramp that tension up. I can't remember what room it's called, but the kind of theater type room, where you walk in and you see her go up the stairs and stuff, and there's like a piano puzzle, I think. That room really ramped up the tension. I thought that the quest while you were there was sort of your standard Resident Evil quest, gain 4 masks or 4 like things to put on statues. Yeah, I thought it was an okay quest, I guess. It was sort of just there. It was there to be something to strive towards rather than just staring at the booba lady. But on that, I thought the level design was really nice. It kind of had a similar feel to the mansion from RE1. It had a Spencer Mansion type feel to it, which was really, really good, actually. I liked that. I liked that it felt more like Resident Evil 1, which is my favourite Resident Evil game. I thought that was really cool. Another one, try to think of... I'm trying to think of more that I really liked about that area. Because there's one bit that I want Alan to be back for when I mention, so we can talk about him. You can probably guess who it is already. But the daughters, we actually got confused while fighting the daughters because we didn't realise that we were fighting all 3 or just the one. We didn't actually know. I think you fight all 3 because that would make sense. That one daughter comes after you, you smash them without, like, you freeze them and kill them. I think you fight the 3 daughters. That's my understanding. You fight all 3 of the daughters.
Yeah, they all have different necklace colors.
I was saying
That's
that we got confused with that because I can't remember who
you
it was.
Got confused.
Yeah, I thought we were fighting the same one over and over.
They look the exact same.
I know, they all look the same.
Colors.
Yeah. So, I wanted you to be here before I talked about this lad. I've talked about level design, I've talked about stuff like that. The Duke.
Yeah. The fat man.
The fat bastard. The Duke. How long did we spend trying to get him to say the one line that we wanted to? Like a good 5 minutes? Just going in and out of the Duke's shop?
I think it was like 20 minutes, actually.
Really? Jesus, I didn't even realize.
You were about to end the recording, and then he said it.
Yeah, I ended the recording, and then he said it again, but I recorded afterwards while we were trying to get him to say it. I remember that, because we did get him saying it. To get him to say the "what are you buying" line, because obviously reference to RE4. A lot of people say that like this game is kind of like a spiritual successor to RE4, and I can see that because there's a lot of similar mechanics that get carried over. For example, Ethan's inventory is basically an attaché case. The Duke is obviously the merchant.
Mm-hmm.
A village in quote unquote Europe somewhere. Just anywhere in Europe. Like, it's never specified in the RE universe where the hell you are in Europe. It's almost as if, like, they just see, like, Capcom just look at Resident Evil and go, we'll set it in Europe. It's like, where in Europe? It's like, this is a whole ass fucking continent. It's like, just put it in Europe. It's like Europe literally spans from, like, Portugal all the way over to Russia. It's like Europe is fucking massive.
Yeah.
You can't just say the game's set in Europe and then people ask where.
Middle.
So
that's where you are.
And then so it's basically a spiritual successor to RE4, but a direct sequel to RE7. And I've seen people bring up that that's kind of fucking weird to be the sequel to one game, but then like a spiritual successor to a different style of game.
Yeah.
Because RE7 was more focused on horror, which is why I didn't play it for the longest time. Because
you're scared to get.
I'm really bad with horror. Any kind of horror. Like horror games, horror games, horror movies. Actually, I'm okay with some movies. But yeah, I'm a total pansy when it comes to horror. So that's why I didn't play RE7, because it's the game that scares me the most. But this game, I managed to struggle through the scary bits. And speaking of scary bits, let's move on to the next area, which was House. I always get this fucked up. Beneviento? Something like that.
PT.
Yeah, the doll. The doll. So, that episode is literally called PT and then in brackets SD because it was so fucking similar to, if you guys remember PT, aka Playable Teaser, that was released on PlayStation as a trailer, well, a kind of like a demo / trailer for Silent Hills, the cancelled Silent Hill game, which I'm still not okay with, because Silent Hill was a decent franchise and they fucked it up.
I've never played Silent Hill.
I haven't either, but I do have Silent Hill 2, like, on my PC, and I still haven't played it.
You know,
and it's for the same reason, because it's a scary fucking horror game. I should have done that for Halloween.
Yeah.
I should have done that for Halloween. I should have played Silent Hill 2 instead, because it was way scarier.
What did you even play for Halloween?
I played Tormented Souls for Halloween.
All right.
Because it was sort of... Yeah, it was the demo. It was sort of like a Resident Evil style game. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. If it's gonna be like old Resident Evil, it will be scary. It did kind of freak me out, but then on the other hand, it was not as scary as I was expecting.
Yeah.
I had to blur that fucking video and I was really annoyed. Because it flat out just shows like full nudity. Like nothing to cover it. Like that 18 on the fucking game box, or like on the Steam page, that should be adhered to. Well done, ratings board, for once. So, House Beneviento was the scariest part of the game for me. I genuinely was fucking terrified. And then you get that fucking baby as well in it at the end.
Oh, we could eat you.
I probably should have mentioned that this is like full spoiler shit here.
Yeah.
Hell, probably... fuck it, I'm not throwing anything up. The second I start talking about Village, you should know that we're gonna spoil shit. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the fucking baby was like the creepiest shit. I didn't die to it, but like, you showed me the death animation afterwards. Holy shit.
Yeah.
That is... Like, no, fuck that.
You stood in that room with the doll of
Mia.
Yeah, of Mia, for like 10 minutes because you were too scared to follow the fucking cord, the umbilical cord.
Yeah, I was just like, nope, fuck that shit. I know what's here.
Honestly.
Well, I didn't know what was there, but I was like, something's fucking there. Saying that, you weren't much better. If you listen in the recording, you can hear Alen like shitting himself as well. Despite the fact that you were just watching.
But I would have actually walked in.
Would you fuck?
Yeah.
That's bullshit. That's like what you do whenever you go see a horror movie. You're like, I would have done that. No, you fucking wouldn't.
In a horror movie, I would have dipped.
Well,
straight out the door.
I was gonna say, I don't think we give like horror movie characters enough credit, because sometimes like when you're in that situation yourself, you do the stupid shit that they do in the film, and it's hilarious. So, House Beneviento was by far the scariest part. Although I thought the boss was kind of shit. The fact that it was just chase the doll around, catch her 3 times and stab her, and that's it. It's done. It's it's not very good boss design. Oh yeah, shit, we didn't talk about the boss fight with Dimitrescu. That's a good boss. Yeah. I think that's quite good. To have her suddenly like switch form and be this weird hybrid of like a four-legged winged creature.
They got rid of the great booba.
They got rid of the...
So sad.
They got rid of the great booba. Fucking hell. Why does that sound like some kind of like cult worshipping thing? All hail the booba worshippers. all hail the great booba. That's some fucked shit right there. So, good boss fight. House of Beneviento had a shit boss fight. Next area was Morrow.
Yeah.
Which was by far my...
Fishman.
Yeah, the Fishman. It was my least favourite. I enjoyed it the least.
The boss fight was pretty cool. It was very long.
Yeah, the area was quite long. Playing through that was... I don't know. It was like... It was kind of annoying because it was just the same mechanic.
You literally got jump scared by the Duke, man. Because he showed up in a corner.
Yeah.
Like a weird like station thing.
Yeah, he just fucking shows up and you're like, oh fuck, hi. But no, it was, like I said, it was my least favourite area because the entire thing was just water. So, yeah, there's not really a whole lot you can do with it.
It had a lot of puzzles.
It did have a lot of puzzles.
That was
like
nice.
A lot of stuff where you had to push stuff to create bridges for yourself, activate platforms that were on a timer, and they were all different colours, so you had to activate them all at separate times to get across them in time. It was quite in fairness, that stuff is all quite interesting, but the actual boss fight itself was just kind of okay. You know, it was just sort of your standard Resident Evil boss fight where it was, here's a big monster, shoot the shit out of it until it dies. And also the fact that you have things like pipe bombs and mines, it really made the battle like a lot easier. Because you can just throw fucking dynamite at him, basically. And but you can kill him easily.
I mean, the barrels were there for a reason. It was
the barrels were also there.
It was the only way you could actually like move on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, like I said, Morrow's area, probably my least favourite, but not bad by any means. Just kind of the unexceptional area in like a decent game. And then for the last section, that was the part we didn't record, because it was after Morrow's section that everything fucked up and we couldn't continue without replaying Morrow's section, which I didn't want to do. So we continued on just in our own time to Heisenberg's kind of lair thing, which I don't know. Heisenberg was kind of like a weird character for me. Like he basically doesn't appear
the Nazi
from the beginning. Like he's there at the beginning and then he kind of just fucks off for like the whole game until you beat Morrow's section, and then he's just all of a sudden he's like a massive player. It's like, the fuck? It's like just all of a sudden he's back and important again, even though he's like the first character that you meet, which would signify that he's important, but nope. It was sort of just the level design was very confusing on that one because you had so many different floors and so many different parts within those floors. It was honestly, Heisenberg's factory was just kind of a mess, in my opinion. And it was basically just one big combat arena.
Yeah.
Is what I thought. It was just one big combat area for the end of the game. It's like, you kind of get this in every Resident Evil game where it's good up until like a final area where it becomes more action focused, and then it becomes kind of shit because you get bored because Resident Evil does not have the best combat mechanics. Like, this is not Devil May Cry where you're building up combos and shit. This is shoot it till it dies.
Gun.
I don't know why everyone was like a lot of YouTubers were kind of overreacting to the propeller enemy. Like that one guy that you're stuck in a room with for for like a couple minutes. Everyone was overreacting, be like, oh my god, he's the scariest guy. It's like, no. He's a guy with a propeller on his fucking face. That's it. What's scary here? Don't get me wrong, the enemy stressed me out because it was an insta-kill enemy, but it wasn't like scary.
Yeah. It's if it had like a death animation where it picked you up and then like slowly put you into the thing, then it would have been
it would have been it would have been slightly scary, but overall I think maybe I'm just, from seeing other horror games, not necessarily playing it, maybe I'm just numb to enemy design now. But I just go, oh, it's an enemy that does that. Like, I don't see it as that scary. It's an enemy that has an insta-kill animation, because you hit with a fucking propeller, you're probably gonna die. And it can smash through the walls, which is all part of the design of the boss. It's like, don't get me wrong, like I said, stressed me out. Like, it got me to kind of go, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, because you had to run from him, but that's it. Like, I wasn't terrified of him.
Yeah.
So you beat Heisenberg's factory, and the game for a while goes like full on action, because at the end of Heisenberg's factory, you get in this like fucking mech thing that has rocket.
Oh yeah.
What did it have?
It
Like a
was
machine gun
a
and
tank like thing.
yeah, it was like a tank mech thing that had a machine gun, and then you kick Heisenberg's ass.
And rockets.
Yeah, and rockets. So
Or grenade launcher, I don't remember.
yeah, I don't remember, but some form of explosive weapon on one hand and like a machine gun on the other. And like I said, from this point, the game basically just went full balls to the wall action for a while, because you do that boss fight, then Ethan gets fucking killed, like just stabbed by Mother Miranda, who again only appears like in the last half hour of the game after appearing at the beginning. You know, which I think is a bit of a fault of the game, that they didn't build up Mother Miranda more. Like, everyone just talks about her, but if you
Should
want
have
to tell,
just seen her more, like in the background.
Mother Miranda should have been more of a presence. You know, like maybe when you do the boss fights for the other characters, she shows up. You know what I mean? Like, just seeing more of her, knowing that it's Mother Miranda, because isn't that weird witch lady, the short one, isn't she Mother Miranda in disguise or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, but but you don't know it's Mother Miranda, so you're not scared of her. You just see it as, oh, it's this old bitch again who's gonna speak in riddles, and then Ethan's gonna say, what the fuck are you talking about?
I still
And then
don't
that's it.
know why she even helped Ethan. Like, she told him.
Yeah, she
some
was telling
stuff.
him things. It's like, if you told him fuck all about where his daughter was, he couldn't have stopped you.
Exactly.
Like, you
Doesn't make
fucking
any
idiot.
sense.
But then again, the only reason that they did that is because otherwise there wouldn't be a fucking game. There wouldn't be a game
Yeah.
otherwise, Alan.
I know, but still.
So,
So dumb.
you wouldn't have got to meet Booba if they didn't tell you what was that. If Mother Miranda didn't spell out her plan. Think about it that way. No Booba.
They still had a trailer. Good enough.
So yeah, Mother Miranda then just kind of shows up, and then all of a sudden becomes the main priority of the story. And then we switch over to Chris for a segment which was kind of boring, I'll be honest. That's probably my least favourite area of the game, the part where you play as Chris. Because when I said that Heisenberg's factory was just a combat arena, Chris amplifies that by like times 10.
It was only guns. It was just like RE5 and RE6 with how much gun action there was for his story.
Yeah, Chris just went full action. Like, he literally had a machine gun, which Ethan never gains access to unless you play like New Game Plus or whatever the equivalent of it is.
Yeah.
In RE8. But yeah, it's a really boring section with tons of enemies in it. So it's literally just the biggest combat arena that you can think of. And it's not that fun, because it gets boring just shooting things after a while. Bless me. So, then after that, you switch back to Ethan after Chris finds the real Mia, because it turns out that the one that died at the beginning was just Mother Miranda in disguise.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's like, you couldn't have fucking told him? Like, Ethan goes through this entire game thinking that Chris is a bastard and killed his wife, and then Chris doesn't tell him until like the very end when Ethan sacrifices himself. Like, yeah, we found your wife. It's like, okay, but now I'm gonna fucking die, so fuck you.
Yeah, I don't know why he just like
for whatever reason
withheld that information.
Yeah, for whatever reason in this game, Chris is just like a dick to Ethan.
Chris
Yeah, Chris is just a dick to Ethan in this game because he makes Ethan believe that he genuinely killed his wife and not Mother Miranda.
Because he wants Ethan to go with Claire. I
Hmm.
continue the Redfield bloodline.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Not this fucking meme. I've seen way too many posts of that.
So have I.
I've seen way too many, like, continue the Redfield bloodline memes. I fucking hate them now.
I
So,
don't even know where it came from.
I'm pretty sure it came from the fact that in Resident Evil 2, Leon and Claire apparently had this kind of, like, weird, slightly flirty tension. Despite
Yeah.
the fact, and then Leon goes off and becomes infatuated with Ada. So it's like, it's kind of a joke that Chris is causing Ada to leave because he wants Leon to get with Claire to continue the bloodline.
Mm.
It's basically that kind of fucking joke. It's a load of horse shit in my opinion. It's fucking stupid. It's so dumb. So, continuing on to finish our points on Resident Evil 8. Chris's section shit, you go back to Ethan, you fight Mother Miranda, and the game fucking ends. That's it. Mother Miranda's boss fight was, like, okay. I thought it was a bit easy.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so we were playing on the easiest difficulty, but I feel like she still took way too little of my ammo. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I got nowhere near to using, like, I think that for a boss fight like that, it should use most of your ammo from most of your weapons. Nope, didn't even come fucking close. I don't think I even used up all of my, like, whatever the Magnum revolver is in that game. I don't think I even used all of that because I
No,
hit
you
her with
did
the
not.
shotgun. Yeah, I hit her with the sniper, hit her with the shotgun a few times, and then used that to finish her off. And then I didn't come anywhere near to losing all my ammo.
Yeah.
But I got pretty
Also,
close to losing all my ammo, like, fighting normal enemies, though.
yeah. One thing
Mm-hmm.
though, you know
Yeah.
that fucking dagger that we found in House Dimitrescu, like at the
Yeah, the
very
dagger. Yeah,
beginning?
the one dagger that can
Just
kill her.
yeah, just gone.
Yeah, I know, it just fucking goes. Doesn't it get
It's
knocked out
just
of his hand or something and then it's just gone forever?
yeah, yeah. When they fell,
Yeah.
it's just gone.
Yeah, it's just gone, that's it. No dagger.
It literally doesn't make any sense.
I know, it's literally just like a plot device and that's it, because they still want you to use the normal knife.
Honestly,
Hmm.
doesn't make
But
any
yeah,
sense.
overall Resident Evil 8, yeah, it was a good game. I enjoyed it. Didn't necessarily live up to all of the hype, but it was still a decent enough game outside of that it kind of held its own. At least in
Yeah,
my opinion. I thought it was a good game.
yeah,
And, you know, there's bits at the end talking about how the daughter Rose could, like, she's involved in some shit, so that'll probably be Resident Evil 9.
yeah. And we saw Ethan at the end.
I don't remember that. I've
I do.
forgotten. I honestly forgot the ending.
I still remember.
I've forgotten the ending at this point. It was too long for my memory to
That's
recount.
literally the only thing I remember from the ending.
I remember everything else but that. It's great. The game also has, like, a few extra modes. It has Mercenaries mode, which is a mainstay of Resident Evil ever since Resident Evil 3 introduced it. Which is
Yeah,
basically like an entirely combat focused thing where you try and hit high scores in a certain amount of time. Never played any of them across all the games. But hey, it's not my cup of tea, but it's fun for some people to do, and I respect that. You know, fair enough to them. Like, that's your thing.
yeah.
Try to think on what else. We could have
VR.
VR.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do in the future with that. Whenever
Ooh.
we get that.
So we're planning on doing VR stuff in the future. I can't remember. How did we say what did we say we were gonna do? Like, what games? I don't remember.
Pavlov.
Yeah, Pavlov. That was one.
What was the other
Uh,
one?
did we not also mention, because we wanted just a space to, like, chill and chat shit? We also said VR chat.
VR chat. Yeah, VR chat.
Because I still haven't played that.
I have, but
I've seen
it's
it a
much
few times.
it's much more fun in VR than
Hmm.
it is in like
In desktop.
yeah.
Yeah, I tried to play it desktop. I got so fucking confused, like right off the bat, and just went, nah, fuck this.
Yeah, desktop is very limited because you need for most things you need to actually use your hands.
Yeah.
There is let me see, what was it called again?
In terms of VR options,
Of
because
course.
I've played VR before. People might know that I had a Vive. My Vive doesn't fucking work anymore, which is horseshit. Basically, I moved around my room from my original camera setup, so the original camera setup didn't work anymore. And then I moved the cameras, and then it wouldn't fucking track me anymore for whatever reason. Like my screen would always just go grey when I moved, like even just slightly to the side.
Mm,
So for my next VR option, I'm gonna get a Quest, Quest 2,
same,
so
same.
that I can, so that it just tracks itself. I can use it without having to plug it in, but I can also plug it in.
We
So I
can
kind
also
of have that.
play Phasmophobia, The Forest,
Oh yeah, there's a
and
lot
a
of games.
whole lot of other
I
things.
mean, I also I got like extremely addicted to like Beat Saber.
Yeah, I
So
know.
I'll be back on that. I'll be back on Beat Saber, like exercising like fuck. I'm gonna be
Yeah,
ripped.
just your arms though, nothing else.
Yeah, but I mean, still exercise. My arms will just be like ripped as fuck, but the rest of me will still be fat. Like I'll still have like a massive gut, but I'll be ripped as fuck in my arms. And my wrists
Yeah.
will like, but then my wrists will delocate because I've been trying to keep up with the things.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Quest 2, I like the idea of the Quest 2, like an entirely like a VR headset that you don't need a PC setup to use. I like that idea,
I
and
I
it's self
have
tracking.
I have used it. It was actually
Mm-hmm.
not bad.
Yeah.
It worked very well.
Mm-hmm.
At
I've heard
least
a lot of people say that it's a pretty good headset.
it is.
Mm-hmm. But you'd
Except
expect,
you need to like really pay attention to how it fits around your head
yeah.
and like also with your hair because like
Mm-hmm.
my hairstyle and
Yeah.
if they got like all in my glasses, I need to keep my glasses on because otherwise I can't see
I
shit.
was gonna say I'm fortunate that I can take my glasses off, so
Yeah,
I don't have to wear them in the headset.
I do. I need to figure something out with how it's gonna fit on my head.
Mm-hmm.
I've
Oh
already
shit!
kind of got a
I never
feel.
thought about that because my hairstyle was changed since I last played VR.
I
Fuck.
mean, yeah, but yours is like still pretty simple. It's
Yeah,
not
I
as
could
hard
lit.
as
I guess
deal
I
with
could. Yeah,
mine.
I could just take mine out the bobble and push it all back, and
Yeah,
that works because then the bobble doesn't get forced into my fucking skull.
yeah. I probably have to like tie up the entire top part of my hair.
Probably, yeah. Jesus fuck. Okay.
My scalp is gonna hurt every time I'm gonna play VR.
Yeah. Okay. I'm also gonna quickly talk about because obviously I released the RE5 review a couple of weeks ago now. I think
I think it's been like a month already.
has it? Shit. So I did that review completely by myself. But what did you actually think of the game?
I liked it, except for the fact that we couldn't like finish it. But
Yeah, I
I
thought it was a really good game.
yeah, I did like it, but it's just
Let me see. Oh no, only went up 2 weeks ago from when we're recording.
seriously only two
So
weeks.
probably by the time this goes up, it'll be like another week or so. So it might be a month. Who knows?
Hey, no, wait, it's 2 weeks.
No,
How is this
it's been
possible?
2 weeks. No, remember I finished it way earlier than when I
Yeah, I
released it. I
see.
released it on the 13th.
Can't
So
believe
2 weeks from when we record this.
this is bullshit.
What?
How is that 2 weeks only?
Because fuck you, time.
Uh,
Mm-hmm. So, RE5. I thought, well, anyone who's watched my review knows my thoughts. I thought it was a very underrated Resident Evil game. I thought it was really good, especially compared to what I thought of RE4, which is apparently better in most people's eyes. But fuck you, fight me. RE5 is better. Like, okay, I just don't like Resident Evil 4. I don't get on with it at all. A lot of people say that it's really good, but I just can't get into it. And I have heard, and I am not going to be trying the VR version either, because I've heard a lot of people complain about it and say that it was kind of shit. And a lot of people who like the original go, I don't really like the VR version. So me not liking the original, I'm like, I'm gonna fucking hate the VR version.
I have watched a video of someone playing the VR
Mm-hmm.
version, and it looked horrible.
Yeah, it looked really shit. It didn't get like any graphical upgrade at all.
Nope.
It's literally just
And
RE4, but with like the functionality of being able to use VR.
only slightly, like most things you can't even do VR,
Yep.
like climbing and stuff.
I heard a lot of people say that it completely breaks the difficulty in the game.
Yeah,
As
because you
in,
can actually aim. You can actually aim properly now because you're in
like
first person.
also the fact that you can move while you're shooting, which you can't
Yeah.
do in the original. A lot of people say that it just breaks the fucking difficulty of the game because they ported it directly. They just go, everything becomes a fucking pushover. Like there's no challenge whatsoever. Then it's also apparent every time you go into a cutscene, it pulls you
Yeah.
back to watch it in a kind of cinema mode. And
Yeah.
but the problem is RE4 shows you a cutscene for fucking everything. So like people complained that like it just completely breaks your immersion from VR.
Yes. It has. I've seen the video. It was like if you like vault over something, it doesn't show a cutscene, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes when you do vault over something, it does show a cutscene.
Yeah.
It's just completely random
I
sometimes.
remember what it was. If you kick enemies, it doesn't go into a cutscene. If you suplex them, it does. It's like the
And also, if you
fuck.
get grabbed,
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I will not be trying the VR version of RE4. I don't want to. I already don't like the base game, so why the fuck am I going to spend? I think it was like another 40 quid or something on a VR version.
yeah,
Fuck
it's gonna
that.
be a big no.
It's like you can get RE4 for cheaper. Like the original, you can get it for like under half the price of the VR version. So if we're gonna play it at all, just play the original for fuck's sake. Like, and that sounds weird that I hate it, but if you want to play RE4 at all, just play the original.
Yeah.
And then I guess we're gonna give like since the RE6 review isn't gonna be out for like ages, let's just give a kind of mini review of what we've played so far, which is Leon's campaign and a fair portion of Chris's campaign.
Well, not actually that much. It wasn't. It wasn't that much because we just couldn't figure
Yeah,
out how to
I
do it
think we're about
fast enough.
half. I think we're about halfway through Chris's campaign, ish.
I
So
don't think so, but we'll
I
see.
think it was because I think it was like chapter 3, and there's only 5 chapters per character. So let's quickly talk about just what we a kind of quick version of what we think of RE6.
I like it. It's a
I
bad RE game, but it's a good action game.
That's the line that we came up with basically. Really shit RE game. Like it's not scary. All the characters are cheesy as fuck. Actually, that might be a thing that's good. Um, like everything is, yeah, it's not Resident Evil the way that it's meant to be. However, really good action game, really fun to play.
Yeah.
So I think all the people that continue to just blindly hate it, maybe give it another chance. You know, maybe try it again with a fresh perspective, because hell, you never know. And
You
then
know what?
also the other Resident Evil game that I'm doing that with is Resident Evil 0.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I
but
didn't like that when I first got it. But I'm gonna try it again and see if I still don't like it or if I was too harsh on it the first time round.
I want a co-op game for VR,
Mm-hmm.
but Star Wars.
Ooh.
You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Just lightsaber fighting your friends.
Ah, oh, that'd be so fucking cool. That is
Yeah,
that is genuinely like, how the fuck has no one come up with this?
I don't know, man.
Because I mean, if they can code Pavlov where like people's guns can interact with one another, like I could like take the magazine out of your gun. Surely they could do lightsaber combat and cause
Honestly,
lightsabers
they've
to
they've
stop.
already they've already made the Vader Immortal thing. They
Have
could
they?
just take them. Yeah, they
Hmm.
could just take that mechanic of the
Mm-hmm.
like the training bot where you
Mm.
clash with it and just
Mm-hmm.
make that into a co-op
Yeah, and
game.
then just code it into the players.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe that will be a thing just as VR gets better. Because I mean, it's still improving.
Oh right, I remember. That's why I thought about it. There is a Star Wars game coming to VR, but I don't know if it's going to be
Mm-hmm.
co-op.
Ah. See, one thing that I think with VR is the kind of issue with it is that, okay, one, the high price to get started in the first place.
Yeah.
I mean, the index still costs $1,000, and
Yeah.
it's been out for a couple years. It still costs the same price. So it's a high price for entry, because even if you get the Quest 2, which is reasonably priced when it comes to VR headsets, you're still chucking in like 400-500 quid for, and if you got the Vive, that was 500 as well. So that's your lower is like at least
Yeah.
£500 for entry. But if you want to get really
Honestly,
advanced with it, you go for stuff like the Index, which is like $1,000 entry. So,
honestly, the Oculus is just such a better choice because of
mm-hmm, it
the
tracks
built-in.
itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I don't use
Just
the Vive anymore. Is because it can
it's
track me in my
it's
room.
just it's just so much easier to
Yeah.
manage.
Mm-hmm. Plus, also the Oculus can be used on its own. You don't need a
Yeah.
PC, so it's kind of
Yeah.
like I feel like the Oculus will become like the kind of mass appeal VR headset choice, and then people who maybe want something that's a little bit more technologically advanced will go for stuff like the Vive, the Index, Valve's headsets essentially.
Yeah.
They'll go for those if they have the PC that can run it, and if they can, like if they want something that it's a little bit more advanced. Like the Index like tracks each individual finger
Yeah.
and stuff like that, which most VR games, unless they're made by people who are creating it for the Index, they don't have that functionality anyway. The other problem
Yeah.
I find with VR is that there's a lot of games that have got decent mechanics or good ideas, like Space Pirate Trainer. That's got a good idea and good mechanics. Beat Saber is a fantastic idea for a VR game. Um, but there's not a whole lot of like there's Half-Life Alyx, which is a good single player game,
Yeah.
but there isn't much else
Mm-hmm.
in terms of a story to follow and things like that. Like things that people typically like in games. At the moment, VR is just games that are like one mechanic done really well, and they're not like mechanics that are really good with a story to go over the top of them. Like I said, I think just
Yeah.
now Half-Life Alyx is the only game that has really good mechanics and has a story to follow, and I don't know anything else. Because let's be honest, who the fuck wants to play Fallout 4 and Skyrim in VR? Because there's so many flaws with both of those games. Like the fact that the
Yeah.
inventory system in both games is just fucking lists. And you try and scroll through a list and find the precise item you want while using a fucking VR controller. You try to do that shit. Plus, also the cheeky bastards sell it at like practically full price for a game, like especially for Skyrim, for a game that came out fucking years ago.
It should just be like a VR add-on.
Yeah, there should just be a VR add-on to the main game. It shouldn't have been a separate game. Same thing with Fallout 4 VR. They
Yeah.
should have just been like add-ons. But
Yeah.
luckily, like a lot more games now, stuff like like you said, the Forest, Phasmophobia, they're coming in with built-in VR functionality,
Yeah.
which gives people a couple more games to play. I'm pretty sure Resident
Mm-hmm.
Evil 7 has a VR mode as well, which fuck me, that would be terrifying. Like, I'm already pretty scared of Resident Evil 7, never mind if the monsters are right up in my fucking face. Like, no. But yeah. Um,
I want a Blade and sorcery type game,
Mm-hmm.
but co-op. You know?
Ooh. I know what you mean, yeah.
Yeah,
Blade and
because
Sorcery, that's another good example of a VR game.
then you can actually mod it to have lightsabers and such. Because
Yeah,
those mods are
I've seen
really
those
good.
mods. I couldn't ever get any of them fucking working though.
It's because you're stupid.
I maybe got. I was trying to use. In fairness, Nexus is a piece of shit.
Yeah, Nexus
Ne-
sucks.
Nexus is shit. I've tried to
You
use it
have
for
to
multiple games.
log.
The only game that I got Nexus mods working on was fucking Skyrim.
Really? I only gotta work it on like Minecraft.
No, I only ever got Nexus mods working on Skyrim, but they were nothing too great. It was like the static mesh improvement mod and stuff like that. Like better lighting, better
Yeah,
characters.
yeah.
Basically improve everything else.
I
Just
want to
make
find
the
out if
game better.
there's a mod for co-op on Blade and Sorcery.
Maybe there is, who knows. But I'm not downloading fucking Nexus. Fuck that shit.
There is a
Hmm.
multiplayer mod.
Well, saying that, there was a multiplayer mod for Beat Saber before they just added it to the fucking game.
Yeah,
I really like that Beat Saber now has
it's
co-op. I think that's cool.
it's from Nexus.
Fuck's sake. Fuck that. No.
No, Ross, we gotta do it,
No,
man.
fuck off.
Lightsabers.
Fuck off.
Lightsabers, Ross.
I don't give a shit about lightsabers. I'll just buy a fucking lightsaber when I get money.
No.
When I get money, I'm not trying to buy film equipment.
Even then, it's not even fully done. So
Mm.
I don't
So,
know. I'll look up fucking. Maybe there's
mhm.
like a world in VR chat that has that stuff.
Who knows? Possibly. But
Ay,
I
ay.
decided to jump back into Fallout New Vegas again.
Why? Bless you.
Fuck.
Bless you.
So, the reason why was because I seen a video of people talking about it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, Fallout New Vegas is one of those games that, like, I see people playing it and I go, oh, that looks cool. And I start playing it myself and I'm like, this isn't as cool. Don't get me wrong, I don't hate Fallout New Vegas. That's why I've started again. Because I'm like, maybe I just fucked it up on my first time round. Because I was playing it really casually. So I'm like, you know what? I'll play it without anyone chatting shit in my ear. I'll listen to what's being said.
Yeah.
I'll try and interact with the game the way that people say that you're meant to. And I
Okay.
actually had a slightly better time with it this time round.
Yeah. I've just looked up the games
Mm-hmm.
VR swordplay games,
Mm-hmm.
and Blade and Sorcery isn't supported by the Quest, so we wouldn't
Motherfucker.
even be able to play it.
Well, if you connect it to your PC, maybe.
Probably, yeah.
It just means that it's not on the Quest itself, like on their store page.
Yeah.
Because the Quest has a separate fucking store page. Which honestly is like fuck it. Yeah, but that's why I'm getting the link cable for it, because I do not want to repurchase games that I already own.
Yeah, same.
It's like I am getting that link cable so that I can just play the games that I own in Steam VR.
You know what? I'm gonna look up if VRChat has a Star Wars world.
It
Like
it
blasters.
probably does. Let's be honest. People have
Yeah,
probably made
well,
it. It's just whether or not it's any fucking good. Yeah, I don't know. Like VR gaming is one of those things. I think it's in its infancy too much to really say whether or not it's good or bad. I think it's fun.
yeah.
I think it's fun. It's a nice change to normal gaming. However, I
Mm-hmm.
would not say that it is a like I wouldn't recommend that everyone goes out and rushes to buy a VR headset right now, because there's
Nah.
not enough games that are like really engaging to justify the really high price of some headsets. Looking at you,
Yeah.
Valve, with your fucking index. That's $1,000. It's like, for fuck's sake, $1,000.
Nah, I
Yeah.
can't find anything about.
Well, we'll search more like later.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out at some point.
Even then, we just have guns still. So.
Yeah. I think this might actually be a pretty good place to end it. We've just hit
Yeah.
the hour mark, so yeah, we'll
Just
call
an
it there.
hour?
Yeah, we've been chatting shit for an hour.
My God.
So, I'd like to thank everyone for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'd like to thank my first patron. Yes, I actually have a patron. I know.
Holy shit.
I'd like to thank Onyx for subbing on Patreon. Much appreciated. Yeah, there's the patron shout out for this episode.
Well, damn.
Oh yeah, I forgot I haven't advertised that on my Spotify yet. I have a Patreon. The link will be in this episode's description.
Your Spotify?
Yeah. Because people listen to this on Spotify.
People actually listen to this on Spotify.
Yeah, I've had a few people listen to it.
That's crazy.
I know, it's whack. Anyway, I'd like to thank all of you for watching. Thank you to Alen for joining me. And I'll see you guys next time. Good.